Dude, Guffin, that was so ridiculous. I went out, I fixed the internet, and this random dude, like, went down the road on a scooter, and I was just using the road, and he came up behind me, and then he was like asking all these questions about like, why am I here, why am I outside, at this hour. I thought he was gonna mug me, dude. He was like way tall. I was scared. And like slowly put my phone back in my pocket, and I'm just chatting with this guy. Sorry about that, it took me most of the time. The Jews automatically started playing, let's just enjoy them. You resubbed? Thank you. So what just happened? What just happened right now? So yeah, you were right, my internet died at midnight. I forgot to top it up. I'm just like doing it's a very annoying system. Basically, because I'm not a resident, I have to spend a lot of money on internet, like 40 euros a month on the Vodafone internet, but it is what it is, you know, we're just working with what we got. And it died at midnight, obviously, and because it died, I couldn't use the internet to get back online. You have to go to the website, fill in your bank details, and then text the number to get it all to work again. So because I had no internet and like there's no one here, like I'm all on my own, you know, there's no one here to go and help me, I had to quickly like cycle outside and try and find some Wi-Fi. And yeah, in the middle of the high street, I managed to find some. Yeah, literally nothing. It just it tells you like, hey, it's run out, and then that's it. You don't get any chance to do anything. It's so annoying, you know. I just started stream. Like just started. Thank you for the 6
Space McFin donated $6.
Oh, some Barbie memes. Oh yeah, so what's happened since I've been gone? We've got Barbie, we got Oppenheimer. Anything else happened while I was gone? Should we enjoy some Barbie together? Have you seen the movie? I feel like you're the first person to watch it. Yeah. This music that's playing right now, I have no control over it, so I can't turn that down. You've not seen it? I'm surprised. I hope they use that song. Come on, Barbie, let's go Barbie song. New Futurama season started? Yeah, I know. I've watched the first 3 episodes. There's a twist to it? Interesting. I mean, it seems really well made. They definitely didn't cheap out on it. No spoilers though, because I might actually watch it. Will Ferrell's in it? Oh wow. The crypto episode? Which one's the crypto episode? She gets arrested? Oh yeah, the crypto one. Yeah, I remember it. That's a really good episode. I didn't like the first one. They were just making fun of the TV networks.
Can I come to your house today?
Sure, come to my house. That wasn't you? Yeah, okay, sure. Dude, I am beyond sick. I don't know what to do. Like, it's exhausting. I've been sick for... Well, I got sick last Friday. And what day is today? Like, Sunday night. It's a long time to be sick. It hasn't really gotten any better. Wow, I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's definitely gotten better. Yeah, I've been on Minecraft all week, so I hope my house is still standing too. Yeah, didn't you say you messed with my house? I hope you haven't. I don't think I'm going to sign in tonight just because I'm really tired, but I wanted to come on and tell some stories. For sure, a virus, yeah. Something bad. I mean, the whole of Ozora was sick at the end. Everyone was coughing. There's only like 2 people I know that got away free. I mean, not necessarily Rona, you know, it could be anything. It came from Boom, went to Ozora, went to Modem. Oh gosh. Yeah. I feel bad for people at Modem. Like, I got so sick at Modem last year. It is just a traveling disease, isn't it? It's not good. We need to be like looking after each other. Oh well. You were at Boom and people were sick by the end of it. That's probably because of the dust, honestly. Like, it's a desert, Boom. And like Ozora became very deserty as well. How is it 13th already? You only left to go to Ozora like yesterday? I mean, I've been gone for 3 weeks. It's been a really lovely 3 weeks though. I've enjoyed all of it. Got to spend some time with Meggie, got to spend some time with Mooplis and like Jigs, and so Luna for I stayed at Luna's for a week. Got to see all my friends basically. The only person I haven't seen this year since Mexico is flipping Poppy. Like, she's been so busy. She's in Croatia right now. But yeah, despite all the fun I had and like how magical the whole thing was, I don't think I want to do it again. Like, I was really reluctant to do it this year, and it's because I keep getting sick. Like, I don't like to spend loads of money to get sick. You know, it's not really a good trade-off for me. Like, I would love to come home feeling the refreshing feeling you get from a festival, but to come home and not get to enjoy that feeling because I'm sick, it makes it like not worth it. So I'm now considering like just not finding like a new thing to do next year, something that doesn't involve lots of people, so that I can actually just stay healthy. What are you saying, Guff? I'm the easiest person to bump into at Ozora. You will see me out all the time. I'm always out. The only time you won't see me is when I'm sleeping. But even still, like, sometimes I sleep in public. I'm very easy to find at Ozora. Like, everybody that wanted to find me found me. It's not about pacing myself either, because I did pace myself really well. I barely did any drugs. I only stayed up all night one night, and that's the night I got sick. So let me tell the story now that we're here. So on the Saturday, we decided to take some acid. Meg and I, we dropped together, and I decided to put the green screen suit on. You guys know the suit. Full green screen morph suit, and yeah, we took it around sunset and just decided to go into the festival and just hope for the best. So we're walking to the festival. This green screen suit is not just too small for me, so it's like squashing my nose like Voldemort, and I'm like, squish, my eyes are in here, and every time I blink it hurts, and it's so tight on my face that I know that if I stay in this thing the whole trip, it's gonna get weird. But I like the idea of challenging myself, doing something I've never done before, and doing something really uncomfortable, just because it's a new experience. No, that's unrelated. So, we're dancing at the main stage, right at the front. I always hang out at the front by the left speaker, and I can't see very much, so Meggie has to like guide me around. She plods me in a spot and I'm dancing, but I can see the people around me. I can't make out their faces, but I can see that they're turned around looking at me, and I'm like trying to spook them. And this one person's proper freaked out. He's wearing a Peter Pan costume, and he's right up in my face, just like proper freaked out. So he must have been tripping as well, because he looked really freaked out. And this girl came up and was like touching my face. I'm like, this is a very strange experience. No one's ever come and touched my face while I'm tripping. But yeah, it doesn't last too long. I don't get to play with that for too long. And another thing is, I didn't get to experience like the acid come up because I'm like in a suit. I'm fully green. My penis is like out, you know. Well, not out. It's like I have no underwear on. I have nothing on underneath the suit. Like I'm very free hanging, and it's strange. It's just a strange experience. Something that I can't really describe. But I don't notice that I've come up on the drug because my vision has just been this green mask. I can't see anything. No, I'm definitely not going to be in the new video as the green screen. I might be in the new video as myself, but not as the green screen because I was wearing it at nighttime. I figured in daytime I'd be too hot in that thing. It makes you sweat a lot. And just being on acid makes you sweat anyway, so I had to do it at nighttime. So the other friend, with us three of us, the other friend who's sober that night, he set up his hammock in a spot near the main stage. If we need it, we can go back and hide there. But it starts to rain a little bit, and I don't notice, so I asked Maggie to unzip me, because I can't do anything myself. I have these weird green finger gloves. She unzips me, I pull it out, and I realize it's raining a little bit. And we knew that night it was going to storm really bad. Someone from the camp would always like go off to the Wi-Fi and like check the weather. It would usually be me checking the weather, just to find out and like predict it and tell everybody what to expect. You're a naked mud man at Boom? That's super fun. That's super fun. I like that. I don't know what you're using. Stop it. Stop it. You're chatting crap. So, it's starting to rain a little bit. We go back to the hammock, which is up on the hill by this glass pointy thing. I call it the witch's hat. Hello, Chaz. Nice to see you. Hello, hello. So we go up to the hammock. It's raining quite a lot now, and the lightning is flashing all around us, like everywhere. All around, constantly. It's going lighting up the sky around us, but we're staying relatively dry. It's not raining too much. I think the rain even stops for a moment, but the lightning goes crazy. And the main stage is still playing, and all the lights are kind of like spiraling and spiraling. And we're up above the main stage now, so we're looking into this dark valley with all the lights going crazy. And the music seems to be creating this storm. It's generating the storm, and I've seen this before, where the DJ is kind of creating the atmosphere. He's using the electricity in the air to like generate this thing, and we're all manifesting something crazy to happen. Stop it. So I'm up on the hill, I'm dancing in my green screen suit. Maggie and our friend are just chilling in the hammock, just vibing. I'm tripping pretty hard at this point, but at nighttime it's not really noticeable because there's not too much to look at. I'm just enjoying the storm and like the feeling of being out there on this hill. Yeah, I'm hydrating. Chill out. So, lightning starts crashing everywhere. You can see it going bzz, hitting the ground. Maggie's got loads of footage on her phone that I think I sent to myself. So I've got the footage. It's crazy. Maybe I can show you some. Actually no, I'm going to save it for the videos because it's very interesting. But yeah, the lightning's getting closer and closer, and we start to hear it going crashing around us. The main stage does not stop. It keeps on going throughout the storm. And then it starts to pour with rain, and then the lightning starts to hit the festival. It starts crashing on the hills around the festival. And then we think, oh crap, because we are stationed up by this metal and glass structure, pointy structure up on top of the hill. So if it hits that thing, we're probably going to get electrified. So the guy with the hammock, he decides to go back to camp. He asked permission to leave. He was our trip sitter for the night, and he asked permission to leave, and we're like, yep, that's fine. So Maggie and I are now alone, tripping balls. I'm in a green screen suit. I don't have anything else to protect me. I think I have my hoodie as well, but that's all. So I'm this green man in a hoodie. So we decided to stay in the storm, and we're just like stomping on this hill, enjoying it. And then it gets really, really crazy. It's like, it's pouring rain. It even hailed at some point. So we run for cover, along with like thousands of other people. And we're all like huddled in this thatched building. It's really intense because everyone's like smoking in this building. I think that's probably the biggest reason I got sick, is because everyone smokes indoors and like in these canopies and like, in these venues, and all that secondhand smoke is just trapped, and like everyone's just breathing it in, along with the dust and everything else that's out there. Hold on, blow this. So we're now getting sandwiched in, like sardined into this building by all these other people that are running in from the rain, to the point where we're no longer on the edge and enjoying the storm. We're now like in a crowd of people and we can't move. And I'm like looking at my hands and they're just green, and I don't know what to do about it. And I can't unzip myself because I'm surrounded by people. I'd have to take my hoodie off and like get naked basically. What a headline. Rip X YouTuber dressed in green screen, zapped by lightning at us. Yeah, it would have been a bad look if I got hit. I don't think anybody did get hit. People definitely died at the festival this year though, which is another story. So it's pouring with rain. The whole festival's getting flooded out. People are slipping down the hill because it's all muddy now. There's cars, staff cars driving all over the place, like freaking out. You see the fire trucks driving by, the ambulance is driving by. You could tell things are going down, like people are getting injured now in this storm. I think the staff all knew it was coming, but none of us knew how powerful it was going to be. Because it was a beautiful day before that. We didn't realize that night was going to get so crazy. And that's why I dosed, you know. I felt like this was the right night to do it, but it was flipping intense. Sorry about the constant coughing breaks. This has been my life for the past week. Just constant coughing fits. It's worse in morning at night. So I might have to start streaming earlier in the day when I don't have so many coughing fits. So yeah, the rain calms down a little bit. The main stage is still going, and I'm just tripping out because I'm in this like confined space with all these other people that are really high on drugs, and there's so much energy from all these drugs in people's systems that I can't be there anymore. I have to get out. So I asked Maggie if we can leave, and we go out into the swamp. The fire pit has now become just a sludge, and everything around it is just a pool of water. So we're now in the middle of the main stage field, just dancing in the rain, and just really enjoying it because there's no one else there. We have all the space to ourselves, and everyone in these buildings is looking at us. I'm just out there as a green man dancing around. It's super fun. And because I'm so high, I don't actually notice that I'm getting wet. So we then decide, because it starts to rain again, we decide to run to the art barn to get a bit more cover. And when we get up there, it starts hailing really bad. So like, things are like it's just the sound of everything
Space
crashing.
Lipton donated $5.
Alright, I'll continue in a minute. Why is this me though?
I wanna be a man cub and stroll right into town.
Thanks, Space Lipton. Are you tipping with your real name over and over?
I wanna walk like you, talk like you too. You feel true, and it's like me.
Yeah, oh, let's dance like this. She already posted a reel of it? Oh. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, iPhones will never capture the atmosphere of a storm. It was so intense. How many micros did we do? I was on 220 on that night. With zero tolerance. She was on half that.
Now don't try to get me man cub. I made a deal with you. What I desire is man's red fire.
Why does he dance like that?
Come true. Now give me the secret, man cub. Come on, include me what you do. Give me the power.
I wish we were allowed to watch movies together on this, because I would watch this with you guys. You weren't at Ozora, stop trolling me. I would have saw you. You're very recognisable, Mr. Goff. Okay, where was I? I knew always get way into other people's energy when you take that much acid. Any techniques on how to contain it? Remember what space is yours. The space that that is around you is yours. No one can get inside it. It's your space. And when you get too close to someone, just remind yourself they also need their space. They're probably on something as well. So I kind of dance in one spot. I keep to myself. Unless I have a lot of space, then I'll dance around. But for the most part, I keep to myself. And I just focus on DJ or the lights or like the ground, or just I close my eyes a lot of times. And that's how I don't let other people affect me, you know? Unless I want them to. You know, I'm fully in control at all times. The only thing I can't control is the weather. But yeah, the whole time it felt like we were performing some sort of ritual, like some witchcraft. And the weather was like the result of that. It was so crazy, so intense. I was expecting the power to go out, and it never did. But yeah, other people in our camp were at different stages that night. Flo was at the stage called the Ambis, where it's a very ambient, quiet, a lot of real instruments. It's more of a tent than a stage, but she was there for the storm. And when it got really crazy, some of the metal beams were crashing down, and all the canopies were ripping apart. And she almost died. She almost got squished by a metal pole. So she got evacuated by the staff. And they ended up dismantling that whole stage, and they didn't use it for the rest of the festival. It was so crazy. So yeah, luckily no one in our camp died, but like it was that bad of a storm. Like, it was breaking things. Yeah, so we went to the art barn. We went upstairs, and we were just like we were tripping balls. So we couldn't actually look at any of the art. It was just too much. We were just hiding from the rain. But it was hailing, and while it was hailing, I realized, if I'm here, and everyone else is here, and everyone else is taking shelter right now, what would the worst of us be doing? Like, what would the worst humans be doing in this situation? And I thought, if I was a crazy person right now tonight, I'd probably go and rob camps. So, because I'm on acid, like, I just start thinking the worst. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't have anything on me right now. My phone's in camp. I didn't hide it very well. So if anyone went into my tent, they could easily rob everything. Not only that, but I didn't waterproof anything really well. It was in the tent, but it wasn't like, you know, like in my dry bag. So my sketchbook, my diary, my passport, and my money, like it was all in my bag, just in the tent, and it wasn't a very waterproof tent. It was Arla's tent. I actually didn't bring a tent or a hammock myself. 3 years in a row now, I haven't brought my own camping gear. I don't know why this keeps happening. I think I trust my friends too much, and I know they will take care of me. But it's also just poor planning on my part. So while it's hailing and like raining really hard, I'm just like freaking out to Maggie, like, hey, someone could be in our camp right now stealing all our stuff, and like what we're gonna do about it? We're miles away. So we work up the courage to go out in the rain and go back to camp and just like hope for the best. Hope no one's stolen our stuff. So we get there. My tarp has become a swimming pool. It has got such a bulge in it, and it's dripping water on our hammock has disappeared. It's completely underneath the swimming pool. So we start like lifting the weight of the water off, and it's snapping the trees all around us. And we push it all off, and it makes a river running through the camp. And it floods this Indian guy who's living with us. It floods his tent. It almost floods Arlo's tent where all our stuff was. But luckily nothing had been stolen. There was only a couple people there. Flo was there, Arlo was there. The Indian guy was there, and our trip sitter was there. So 4 of the 20 people were at home. But no one was like looking out for the camp. Everyone was just hiding in their tents. So we had no one like, you know, taking charge. So I'm there just like tripping balls, trying to pack my bag, and you know, bags and acid is a very complicated process. You'll pack and repack that thing a billion times before you're happy with it. So that's what was happening. I was just stuffing everything I have into my dry bag and yeah, trying to hide the valuables, and then we kind of fixed the tarps a bit better. The Indian guy whose tent we flooded, he didn't come out, he just stayed in there all night, so he seemed fine. Arlo came out for a bit, but he was in too much pain to really do anything. What else? What else happened that night? Because I'm talking so much, I'm coughing a lot. What do you call a quiet festival? A restival. You were in my tent that night looking after it, don't worry. Nah, no one was in my tent. No one was there. So yeah, we got changed into better clothes. I think I wore that green screen suit for maybe for 5 hours. Why was Arlo in pain? Because he cycled for 2.5 months. He cycled from my house in Wales to Ozora in Hungary. He cycled it. And his heels were just so bruised by the end. And he started walking around the festival barefoot and cut his feet, both of his feet. One of his feet had a hole in it, and the other one was just split at the top. So yeah, really bad foot injuries. When I looked directly at the camera, it freaked you out. There's not much tissue I have, because I know I'm just going to blow my nose constantly. But yeah, Arlo's made a video of his journey, so he'll be editing that and get it out for you guys. You just switch me. But yeah, at this point it's like 4 or 5 in the morning, maybe 6. It's starting to get light a little bit. We go back to the festival, and on the way back, this American just appears in the cornfield. Our camp's quite far away from the festival, so like it's quite a long walk. Yeah, he says he has a home, but he's not sending me a house tour, so I don't believe him. So yeah, we then pick up this American who just tags along for the rest of the evening. Arlo comes to the festival with us too to try and get some tobacco. So there's like 4 of us going back in, and then Arlo leaves us. So me, Maggie, and this American, we just start wandering around and seeing like the destruction. We go to like the top of the hill to watch the sunrise, but it's a bit too early for sunrise. We go inside this thing which looks like a butt plug, and it's like at that time of night where they've turned a bunch of things off, so you can no longer go back in the art gallery, and like a lot of the light shows were turned off. It's the kind of time of night you should be asleep, but obviously I'm on acid, so I can't sleep. So we're just wandering around chatting crap. This American guy's getting very touchy with Maggie. It's getting weird. He's like asking a lot of really uncomfortable questions, and I'm like too trippy to like do anything about it. And Maggie's doing a good job of like standing up for herself. Was I muted for that whole thing? I don't know what. Did you guys hear any of that? I just realized I coughed on the mute. I wasn't muted? You heard me? Okay, I'm just gonna stop muting it. The American guy was kind of short, so like he wasn't really too much of a threat to me, but he was just weird. And he was also an acid. So yeah, the 3 of us are getting really philosophical with each other. And he tagged along with us because he said it was nice to find an English-speaking person, because it is quite hard to find. Like Ozora's mostly French, German, Iranian. What else do we have there? I mean, obviously all my friends are Dutch. But yeah, it's mostly just that. French and German. So if you don't speak any of those languages, it's quite hard to find English-speaking people. Yeah. Dude, the Indian guy was so interesting. He was 65. He didn't act it. He was an ex-heroin addict, but he managed to quit and turn his life around, and he was so interesting, full of stories. Yeah. And he would dance for like 6-7 hours at a time and then go home and sleep. Very interesting fella. Yeah, there's a few Australians. I bumped into an Australian that I camped with in Modem, and I hadn't seen him in a year, and it was so nice to like reconnect with him. I reconnected with him on the dance floor. What else happened? So we just messed around, like behaved like big kids all night until the sun came up, and then it was just me and Maggie. We just hung out together. She took a sleep on the ground. We tried to eat some food. When I do acid, it wakes me up. Like I am lit for the next 24 hours or so. So for me, it's very hard to go to sleep, and I just wasn't able to. So it's now daytime the next day. We're spending some time with our Dutch friends, and we decided to go back to camp and make an edible, like a hash edible, to try and get some sleep. Because obviously we can put you to sleep. Can. So we make this edible, we go watch Captain Hook. He's one of my favourite artists. We didn't manage to catch the whole set, but we didn't have much energy, so we're just grateful to catch some of it. We're at the main stage dancing, really stoned, super stoned. I made quite a large edible, and the set's over. We have a lot of fun. We're like all washing ourselves in the taps afterwards, and then what happens after that? And then we're just like wandering around, really stoned, trying to find a place to sleep. It's quite hard to find anywhere in the festival to sleep because it's so noisy and it's like daytime and really hot and sunny. So we try a few things. We try to occupy ourselves. We'll go to the art gallery. We're in there for about a minute, less maybe. And we look at one painting and Maggie's just freaking out. She's looking at me like, I can't do this. She's freaking out. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't help you, so let's just get out of here, I guess. Yeah, she was really bad tripping. And then we found some German friends that attached with us, and they're just holding on to us, like they're being really clingy and quite annoying, and like they've had sleep, so they're like on a different level to us. We're exhausted. Like we've watched the whole festival, go to bed and wake up again. So we eventually managed to break away from them. And then that's when my weed trip started going really bad. So the edible basically brought back the acid visuals. You saw him twice last year? Yeah, he's so good. The weed started bringing back the acid visuals. And I was starting to thought loop. A thought loop is basically when you act something out and then it repeats. You're back at square one. It does it all over again. So I'm like going through these scenarios, which I've done over and over, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm stuck in a thought loop. Like your thoughts are exactly the same, they're exactly the same, they come back around, they're exactly the same again, and it's very hard to break free from that. And we didn't have anybody sober with us to kind of break us out of this. So I'm sleep deprived. I'm definitely got heat stroke at this point, and just no sleep for like a good 30 hours or so, and I'm just exhausted from dancing for the past like week. So Maggie and I try to go back to camp, and on the way back there's a dog kind of guarding a camp, and we have to pass him, and I realize that dog is not going to let me pass. I have this feeling that whatever energy I'm carrying at that time is not going to let me pass. Like, I know dogs, I spent my whole life with dogs, so I just get this feeling that it's not going to let me pass. And all these interactions we're having with people, it makes the people seem not real. These like we bump into some Hungarians, they don't seem real. It's just like so everything's getting really freaky and doesn't feel real at all. And Maggie's like picking up on this. She realizes I'm freaking out. So we give up on the idea of going back to camp. We try to go a different way, and then I tell Maggie like, I cannot do this with you. I have to break away from you and try and figure this out myself. Try and find a place to sleep on my own. And she felt safe enough to go back to camp on her own. Like, it's the middle of the day, like 5-6 p.m. or something. So I know she'll be fine. And she has already slept. She's already took a nap, and she was on half the dose I was on, both times. So I know she's gonna be fine. But yeah, she reluctantly like let me go because she could tell I was just freaking out. But she took the water with her, so I'm now on my own, like wearing too many clothes in the middle of the day and just wandering around with no water. I start getting really dehydrated, and I go to the taps and I'm like, I can't really figure out how to drink. I'm like, can't figure out the motion, and everyone's looking at me, and I'm like getting super paranoid. So I'm like really anxious, really paranoid, thought looping, got heat stroke. I'm sleep deprived, and I'm stoned as heck, and the weeds brought back the acid visuals, and it's getting so intense, and I can't find any of my friends to like calm me down. And everywhere I try to go, every little path I try to take, I get this feeling that I'm not allowed to. Like whatever energy I'm carrying is so dark that I can't go to these beautiful places. And I start talking to myself out loud, and it gets really weird. Like I'm behaving like not myself at all. I didn't see any this year. What's that? I mean, it's true for most years. It's also true for most festivals, but this year I didn't see many. There were a few regular cops that I saw, but they were up to like something. They were doing something important. They weren't like bothering people. But I didn't see any undercutters. I wasn't bothered at all this year. But that wasn't my worry. My worry was that I was just like losing my mind. I didn't think anything was real. I thought everyone was like projection. Like nothing was real. I was basically in like this dream state that I should have been asleep. But I pushed past that and was like in this delirious zombie state. So yeah, things are getting really bad. I bump into a friend, and she has a tiny bit of water on her, and I stay with her. She's sober, and she like says yes, I can stay with her. So we like queue up for food. We have nice chats, and we just spent the rest of the evening together. And she was able to get me enough water, and we ate some food together, and she put me into some new scenarios. So she helped me move location. So because I was going back and forth, doing the same thing, like losing my mind, and she was able to get me out of that. And she's a new friend too. I only just met her that week, so for me to be able to trust someone that quickly, it means they're probably a good person. So yeah, very scary experience. By around midnight, I was able to return to camp because she guided me back home, and I got in the hammock with Maggie, who was already there, and then I was able to sleep. And then that night was so cold that I was violently shivering, and I realized, oh, something's wrong. I basically couldn't regulate my temperature because it wasn't any colder than normal, really. Maybe it was colder because of the storm, but I wasn't able to regulate my body temperature, so I didn't sleep very much, which didn't really add to it. Made getting sick a lot quicker. So yeah, since that moment I've been really sick. I've just been coughing a lot, and like my nose runs quite a lot, and I can't walk very much because my back starts to seize up. I can't take a full breath anymore. Yeah. So I had a wonderful time, but I made a few mistakes, and now I'm very sick. And I wouldn't even say they're mistakes, it's just an unfortunate turn of events one night, which led to me not getting any sleep, and now I'm really sick because of it. Yeah, I mean, I found a friend that gave me all of that. I just needed... well, me and Maggie, we needed someone sober to help us out, and we just didn't have anybody in that moment. Like, I ran into some friends and I said, hey, I need a trip sitter, can anyone help? And they didn't take me seriously. I don't know why, maybe I didn't verbalize it well enough, but they could tell I was distressed, and like no one offered to help. Drink tea with honey, okay, I could do that. Yeah, any option, any health remedies you have, send me a message on Instagram. Tomorrow I can go to the store and buy whatever I need to get better. So yeah, I'm not feeling great, but I wanted to jump in here and talk to you all and just tell you, like, what's going on. Sorry about the first stream, my internet died because I've got a very complicated internet plan here. But none of that matters, you know. I'm here, I'm back home. You've got me now for the next few months. Yeah, I'm gonna sort out my visa. That's another thing I have to do. It's kind of the most important thing I have to do. Yeah, I didn't have any supplements or anything like that. I was drinking like magnesium and calcium, and a few other things. Like, they were providing quite a lot of stuff at the festival. But now that I'm home, I've got to try and repair myself because this is ridiculous. And Luna was also sick, so like Luna, Meggie, and I were just hanging out together, all sick in this house. It's been tough. It's been a tough week, but now I'm on my own. Hopefully I can get some rest, get back in my own bed. So excited to sleep in that thing. As soon as I close this, I'm going straight into bed. My sleeping pattern's really good too. I wake up at like 7 or 8 in the morning now. Yeah, and my skin cleared up. My skin cleared up so much. Like, I had massive acne breakouts for the whole year just from stress, and just being at Ozora for that 2 weeks, like the joy that it brings me made my stress go away. Made all my acne clear up. So for that, I am grateful, and for that, the money was worth it, and the journey was worth it. Oh yeah, I have another bit of bad news. My car is gone. It's been towed. So I parked it in a really bad spot in Amsterdam, and whoever's in charge of like parking tickets, they checked my car, and I had 5 unpaid parking tickets that I didn't know about. Because the way it works here is they don't leave a parking slip in your windshield. They send you a letter in the mail, and obviously I don't have an address, or the car doesn't have an address. So they would have tried to send the letters to my old address in Wales, and it just bounces through the mail and doesn't reach anyone. So yeah, the fines. At the time, when I called them, they wanted like 788 euros to get the car back, which obviously I don't have, and like the car's not even worth that much money. And it's been going up 30 euros every day, so people, like all the people I've been speaking to, they've been trying to scare me and say if I don't pay it, they're just gonna arrest me. But like, I doubt that'll happen. I think I'm okay. Like, I can't pay that money, you know. Couldn't you get in trouble if you don't pay it off? See, now Kyle's doing it. Kyle, I don't need that worry in my life, dude. I can't pay it. That's bottom line. I cannot pay 800 or 900 euros, whatever they want now, for my car. My car. Just because I didn't pay some stupid parking tickets. Won't they just take it and sell it off? Well, yeah, but I have the key. So they're gonna have to make a key. My guess is they'll just crush it. Just waste the car. But the car needed a lot of repairs. It served me really well. I mean, I got the car for free, so to lose it is not that big of a deal. It just means that I can't move my stuff anymore. I have to find a visa for this country. Well, it's sad, so you're gonna have to send me that on Instagram because it's gonna get lost in the comments here. See, I don't have a home in the UK, you know. I don't have anywhere to live other than where I am right now. The space that I am in is the best I've had in a long time, and I want to stay here. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to get a visa to stay here. I do know a few people that have done it. I was speaking to Rick and Faith today. Faith is American, and she married Rick, who's Dutch. But before she got married to him, she applied for 2 different visas and got them. So now that's saying no more Jas. I mean, I'm gonna get Jas back. I just have to get my life in order, you know. I've got to get a good living situation for him before I can bring him over. Marry Luna, job done. I'm not sure if it's quite that easy. I don't think it is. But yeah, gang, my head's really starting to hurt now, so I don't know if I can stick around much longer. I'm gonna try my best tomorrow to get better. I'll take all the medicines I can find. Life's complicated, you know. It's really complicated. It's hard being an adult. It's really hard, and you guys know how expensive life is. So I'm just doing my best. I'm really just doing my best. Where am I living? I'm living in Netherlands. 5 out of 5 stream. Thanks to Serious Game Out soon. Thank you. I just want my voice back. Like, I haven't been able to speak like myself in a while. Yeah, life's complicated, but it's fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying life, and I don't think I would change anything.
Kyle the Oak Tree donated $20. Get meds plox thank.
Kyle, you didn't even send a video, you legend. You just sent me money for no reason. Wow, for medicine. I will spend that money on medicine. Thank you, Kyle. That's actually huge. Was that actually Kyle? Or was that guy from that time? I'm guessing it was really Kyle. Vogel Broncason non-drowsy pine cough up syrup. Dude, that's so many words to remember. It is really me. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I have tons of content to edit. I don't know now if I'm going to focus my energy on visa or editing. We'll do a combination of the two, but I really need to get the visa process like going. Because if I can secure that, then that stress is gone and I can just relax and work. Like, I haven't had a place to live longer than 3 months or 6 months in ages. I just need that house security before I can really invest in my life, you know. I'm 30 years old and I haven't really built anything. I've got this online empire, but it's nothing if my real life is nothing, you know. Visa one eye. Drink water, everybody. Stay healthy. Don't go to festivals. They're a trap. They just make you sick. It's hard to live there visa-wise. I don't think it's hard. It's just really complicated. I think I'll probably make a video on the process. If I succeed or if I fail, I will make a video on it. Just so other people can realize what to do. Because this is all new. Like the UK and Europe used to be one thing. Like we used to be together. The EU used to be connected, and then the UK decided to leave the EU, European Union, and has made travel and living here really complicated. So yeah, Brexit kind of cucked everything. But it's all good. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. I've got lots of people on my side. Lots of people rooting for me. I can't fail. You know, I have to succeed this time. Yeah. Finally quit caffeine for good. Now you're using the money to throw away to people to pay off debt faster. Excellent. Happy to hear it, Kyle. Good. Well, I'm glad you guys are all doing well. It seems everyone's doing good. Everyone's alive. Everyone's healthy. I'm just gonna try and get myself to that level again. It'd be nice to get back to the gym as well. I haven't been to the gym in a long time. I'm so excited to sleep. Okay. Before my coughing fit gets worse, I'm gonna really try and go to bed now. I love you guys. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around even though my stream crashed earlier. Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll try and stream every night if I can. Good. You can catch me on Discord, Instagram, wherever you want. You know, I'll be there. My phone works. Good night, guys. Kyle, Guffin, Waltz Ass. See you tomorrow. White